Guys, so before you watch the following video, I thought I should let you know that I didn't complete this section of the Benton MacKaye Trail, which I was going to do 140 miles in 7 days, as I told you before. I ended up doing 80 miles in 4 days on account of the fact that I had some severe blisters on my feet, near heat exhaustion, and I had a lot of ticks on me, and I really wasn't receiving everything that I thought I was going to get out of this trail in terms of views and waterfalls. It was more of a green tunnel once I left the Joyce Kilmer area at the Hangover. It was cool though to see a lot of the history in the Smokies, so I may go back and do the final 55 miles I left off in the Smokies, but at this point I don't really have any plans to resume hiking the Benton MacKaye Trail. So like I said, I might go back and do the final 55 miles in the Smokies, but I don't know if you're aware, the Benton MacKaye Trail uses several trails to run its course, from Georgia to North Carolina, Tennessee, and in the Smokies you are on the Lakeshore Trail when you come in at Fontana Dam for about 40 miles of it, and then I got on the Nolan Creek Trail, which is where I called it at campsite 64 the next day. I had 64 miles, I had 23 miles to do that day on Friday, and I said there's no way I can do that with the way my feet feel and the way I felt, so I decided to call it that moment, and I came off the trail Friday, which was 3 days early, or well, 3 days if you count hiking all day Friday, all day Saturday, and part of the day Sunday, which is when I was going to come off. So anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a comment and I'll do my best to answer it. So anyway, hope you enjoy the video. Spald River Falls is right off the road here. Being shuttled to the trailhead. So I'm here at the Tellico Trout Hatchery with my shuttle driver, Mike. Say hello, Mike.
Hello, Mike.
So we're checking out these pens where they keep the fish. And the river is right behind us. So they're released in the river. And this is supposed to be an educational center. So if you ever want to come back here and take a tour. All right, now I'm officially getting on the trail. Just parked at the trout hatchery and I walked the little road behind me, just like 1/10 of a mile. There's the trail. Let's get her done. Day one. Little dam there. This is my first snake that I've seen on the trail. He's just chilling. He thinks I can't see him. I'll leave him be. All right, so I took the side trail to come up here to the Wig Meadow. This would be a great camping spot. It's got a fire pit. And you get some pretty good views up here. They are covered by the trees over there at the edge of the slope. You see how beautiful it is though? I'm just over 7 miles in to get up here. It was mostly a walk through the forest, walking through the green tunnel for the first 7 miles until you get up here. You walk the forest road and you climb up to this spot right here. And it's not more than 2/10 of a mile off the trail, so, but it's pretty amazing. All right, so I've reached the Cherahela Skyway once again, almost to where I was last week. The trail took me from that side of the road to this side of the road. So it looks like I'm ducking back into the woods right here alongside the road. Following the white diamonds. So the bridge is washed out over here, and that's why the trail routes you down here. All right, so I'm back where I was last week, and there's nobody parked at the trailhead. It is vacant. The trail just let me out right here onto the forest road, and there's the sign for the wilderness. So let's see if we can make another 6 miles to the Hangover again, because that'll put me at about 18 miles for day one. And it's about 12 miles from the Tellico Trout Hatchery to here. All right, it's 8:17 and I'm back where I camped last week. So I'm gonna set up in the same spot right there, and just got my water. There's the fire pit. So yeah, I'm gonna check out the sunset. I hear voices coming from the Hangover, so I don't see any tents set up, but evidently there must be people here. So I'll find out in a little bit and let you guys know. All right, enjoying another beautiful sunset from the Hangover. And the people that were up here, they were just here on a day hike. A couple getting married. They brought their pastor to make it official. That was pretty cool. They walked up from Wolf Laurel. They said it was 2.5 miles. They parked at a forest road, or on a forest road I should say, at a gap. I didn't know that there was such a place that you could have easy access to such an amazing distance. It's only 2.5 miles hike. So I'll look into that more. And it's more windy here this week, and more chilly even, but still a great sunset. So I'm gonna probably have my dinner here. I'm all set up back there, so I'll go back to my tent here after dinner. All right, so I'm eating my dinner here at the Hangover, and I'm gonna call it a night, folks. End of day one was 18.5 miles and almost 5,000 feet of elevation gain. Pretty intense first day. So yeah, I'm just out here enjoying what's left of the little bit of light on the horizon. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys in the morning. All right, so check this out, folks. As I was sitting here on the Hangover, I noticed the moon come up on the horizon. Does it not look like a blood moon? Last night was supposed to be the blood moon, so that's pretty remarkable. Well, maybe it is still the blood moon. Last night was the eclipse of the blood moon. So this is a pretty cool time to be up here to check this out. Got my campfire going, and now I'm saying good night officially. Good morning. It's day 2. About to have breakfast. Gonna have it right here at camp because I'm leaving. Don't have to worry about bears when you're leaving. But woke up a little bit late. I regret kind of not bringing my down jacket and beanie because I got cold last night. This rain jacket just doesn't keep you warm. But it's all good. It's just because I'm on a 5,000 foot mountain, and I'm going to descend to 2,000 feet where I'll camp tonight, probably somewhere near Fontana Dam, if not the Fontana Hilton. But yeah, it should be a lot milder there. Anyway, I'm gonna eat and talk to you in a little bit. All right, so I'm leaving camp pretty late. It's 8:45. So let's see how many miles I could do before the sun sets, since I'm getting a late start. And I may stop for lunch at the Tellico Lodge when I pick up my resupply bag. So we'll see how it goes. I got about 8.99 miles to get there. And I may find that I'm hungry for some town food, so I may take advantage of it. And check out these views coming down the mountain. Beautiful. Trail's really steep. I'd feel sorry for the poor soul going up it. It's hard enough going down. All right, so I came down that trail and here I am at Big Fat Gap. This is the official Joyce Kilmer Slick Rock Wilderness. I was actually in the Tellico Wilderness for most of the trip I was just on. But, yep, now I gotta go to cross over on the other side of the forest road. And as these gaps always offer you a nice big climb on the other side of a big descent. Never mind, the Benton MacKaye follows Windy Gap Trail here at the end of the parking area. So it doesn't look like I'm going up the mountain, thankfully. I'm supposed to lose a lot of elevation as I get down to the Tellico Lodge, which is another 5.9 miles. Mountain laurels are blooming. It's very pretty up here. Getting close. There it is. There's the Tellico Lodge. I'm gonna get lunch and get my resupply and get back on the trail. All right, leaving Tellico Lodge, I am stuffed after having pizza and like 4 glasses of sweet tea. And picked up 7 pounds of food. Now I'm heavy, so it's gonna be fun. See how many miles I could do today, because it's gonna be tough. Even though it's a relatively easy section, it's still gonna be tough. So this side street is where the trail crosses over the creek on a bridge. And there's the lodge. Let's get to it. So I've heard of some trail magic, but check this out. That's what I call some trail magic right there. Should I take one? Unopened, clean. 25th of September, 22. I'd say it's good. I guess I'll have one. You talked me into it. Check out that view. Trail's got me crossing under these power lines. Back at Fontana Dam. This time on the Benton MacKaye, not the AT. Show you something else. There's Shuckstack Fire Tower on the AT, or just off the AT, I should say. All right, just past the Appalachian Trail. Now I'm heading on the Lakeshore Trail, which is also the Benton MacKaye Trail. I drove my old car in the woods and it broke down, so I left it. This is the 4th old car I've seen off the trail. Apparently it's a junkyard for cars on this section of the Lakeshore Trail. There's the Fontana Lake down there. It looks like a boat is docked on the sandbar. And campsite 90s just over here. This is Eagle Creek right here. All right, crossing over this old metal bridge across Eagle Creek. Wouldn't want to ford that creek. It's deep and fast flowing. Guess it wouldn't be too bad though. Could take this way up to Spence Field on the AT. Old chimney down there. I'm coming upon all kinds of ruins. Coming up on the Calhoun house a little bit here. I think it was a settlement called Proctor over 100 years ago. When I get there, I'm going to show it to you guys. All right, so you're looking at history here. Here's the Calhoun house. One of the last structures from the community of Proctor, which was between 1910 and 1944. I was reading the comments on the Far Out app, and it said that at one time there was a railroad here with a lumber mill and a thriving population of 1,000 people. And so this is one of the last structures. Interesting, because this is on Hazel Creek right here. And there's another structure on Hazel Creek, well, off Hazel Creek in the Bone Valley. Bone Valley Trail is the name of it, and it's called the Hall Cabin, which I was trying to get to last year on an overnight trip, but it stormed on me real bad and I abandoned the trip until a future date. So a lot of history in the Smokies. There's a bridge up ahead, a few other structures here. That in the back is modern. Looks like a shed of some kind, maybe for the Park Service. Anyway, I'm going to go inside and I'll show you what it looks like. If this is the original furniture. It's pretty comfortable. Let's take a look around. Ceiling's really low. It's one thing I noticed. I'm only 5'9" and I'm able to easily touch the ceiling with my fingers above my head. There's the old cabinets. I didn't leave anything. Somebody left something. It's bigger than I thought. It's pretty nice. For a place that's in ruins, it's in better shape than a lot of other places like that Lost Cove colony structures there that I went to last year were in much worse shape. So anyway, that's it. I'm glad I could share that with you guys. All right, campsite 77, first night in the Smokies on this trip. So let's head down here to the actual campsite. All right, here we are. There's the first fire pit. And so over here are the bear cables. And people commented on the app saying that they had a hard time finding them. Well, they're kind of off to the side here. You just have to look around a bit. Right up there. And that was off to the right as soon as you enter the campsite. Just past the first fire pit. And there's a second fire pit down here. So, I mean, it's room enough for several tents. It's not a huge campsite, but there's nobody else here, so apparently I have it to myself. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys in a bit after I get set up. All right, so about to have dinner. I'm all set up in the back there. My tent's back there. I'm eating over here because it's separate, so this will be my kitchen. It is at least 100 feet away from my tent, so separate the smell of food from where I sleep. And I'm having wild rice risotto. Everything will go on the cables when I'm done, and it's one way to practice safety when camping in the backcountry, so don't have any unwelcome visitors. Well, I guess it's time to call it a night, folks. See you in the morning. All right, so it is the next day, day 4, and I'm having breakfast. My usual pre-workout is bucked up and oatmeal. Water's getting ready to boil. By the way, it reminds me, I like to put my fork in the water to sterilize it from the night before. To get whatever food scents or food odors that are on the fork from last night's dinner off of it. But yeah, slept all right. It was a lot warmer here at this elevation, 1,800 feet, than it was the first night at 5,000 feet. And the tent's all the way back there. So, like I said, I'm in the kitchen, gonna eat and knock out a big day today because it's a 21.4 mile day. It's relatively easy, so it shouldn't be too bad. All right, back on trail. About 8 o'clock. Woke up a little after 6. Got 21.4 to do today. So let's see how many miles I can knock out before 9 o'clock. Check that out. Somebody's deep here in the park with a porta potty in the back of their vehicle. I don't know what they're doing because it's pretty remote here. There's a view of the lake through the trees. Wish there were less trees so I can get a better view. Yeah, this lakeshore trail dips down close to the lake on occasion, but most of the time you're just under the canopy of the trees with no view of the lake. But anyway, I made 3.1 miles in an hour. That's good time. To those that don't backpack much, average pace for me, and I'm a pretty fast backpacker, even with 30 pounds on my back, I can usually average about 2.2, 2.4 miles per hour. If it's really steep terrain, I slow down to, like, to give you an example, Black Mountain Crest Trail. I slow down to about 1.7 miles per hour. So 3.1 miles per hour is fast. And you're talking 4 miles per hour is jogging speed. So gives you an idea of, how difficult it is. But this is pretty flat, so this is easy. There's a better view of the lake. Still a lot of trees in the way, but people left their shit behind. But this creek flows into the lake right here. And There's a campsite nearby. I'm crossing over the bridge. Check this out. 2 black snakes that were mating on the trail. And I disturbed them. But they're moving off now. So am I. Check this out. People on horseback down by the lakeshore. They're having a good old time. While I'm slugging it away up here on foot. They're riding horses. Alright, about to go through the Road to Nowhere tunnel. Been here before on a day hike last year. And I documented it pretty thoroughly in my video from last year. It was last July. Road to Nowhere tunnel in the Smokies. But yeah, I'm going through it here because the Benton MacKaye takes you right through it. Because this is the Lakeshore Trail, which I've been on since I came into the Smokies. It gets dark in here. Looks like there's somebody on the other side. So I'm gonna go on through and talk to you guys later. Getting on the Nolan Creek Trail now. First look at Nolan Creek. There's the bridge where I was, where I had to come down from. Alright, finally reached camp. Campsite 64 in Mill Creek. Alright, I didn't show you around the campsite. Campsite 64 Mill Creek, which runs into Nolan Creek, which is what you hear in the background. So I'm all set up. I have picnic benches. I think I'm going to go up there near the bear cables and eat up there. And then come back down here and call it a night. It's a pretty nice spot. I thought I was going to have company, but I'm all alone again. But anyway, I'll talk to you in a bit. Alright, so we're having Kathmandu curry tonight. This is a big day. 21.4 miles. And I can't remember how many hours. It just seemed like it was a never-ending sufferfest. Wasn't a real hard stretch of trail, but it was just long and drawn out. And man, I was killing those miles. I was walking very fast throughout the day, slowing down periodically, only as it got close to time to take a break. But I am beat now, and my feet are not feeling so good, so we'll see how it goes.